Pastel Society of Maine presents our 2021 International Exhibit Pastels Only Awards Ceremony with President Mary Beth Morrison and Judge Laura Pollak.
Yes, something worked.
Okay. Welcome, everyone. I'm Mary Beth Morrison. I'm serving as president right now, Pastel Society of Maine. We've been in existence since, I think, 1999, and this is our 21st International Curated Exhibition. This one has truly embraced the international like none of our others have quite reached. So it's kind of exciting to have, it makes doing things virtually kind of wonderful. So welcome you all. And I want to thank all the people who've helped with this event quickly. Terry Lynn DeBroy for her amazing internet prowess. I thank my co-chairs, Barbara Farcione and Christina Davis, for their help with many things. And thanks go out to all of our donors and that we solicited for prizes that you will see shortly. And thanks to our reciprocal pastel societies, New Hampshire, Cape Cod, Central Mass, Connecticut, and Pastel Society of America. They're pretty wonderful. And also we have 8 fabulous mentors, artists who've agreed to be mentors for some very special new kind of award. And those are Laura Pollak, Susan Kuznitsky, Jerry Greenberg, Tony Elaine, Steffi Clark, Clarence Porter, Aline Ordman, and Ann Kefauver. And they are so wonderful to donate some time to the just in hand of friendship and also support of the Greater Pastel Society, Greater Pastel world. Is pretty great. Thank you. And in our society, we are currently enjoying a membership of 120 we've reached, which is, we have not seen it for several years. So very happy about it. And our members are great. Our board is working like a well-oiled machine. And just in time for annual meeting coming up when we will have some changes. I am stepping down as president. We have a vacancy in the vice president. We have a need of a treasurer. We have need of a program person and international show chair. So really encourage people to think about serving local society for a year. It's a wonderful experience. You learn a lot, you make a lot of friends, and it's just good for everyone. We're having a members real art show in November in a local Topsom Public Library. I'm very excited about that. Marika Damrella is our chairperson for that. She'll be putting out a call to artists. It's an actual show, so we'll be sending artwork. And it'll finish with an annual board meeting around the 30th of November. So it'll be a good time anyway. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna turn it over to Terry Lynn, I think is gonna give us the next portion.
Okay. Gotta find me now.
Yeah.
Well, this is exciting. We're going to go through the show quickly so you see the full show. And I wanted to say one thing. Out of the artists that are in this show, we have 64 from the United States, 10 from Maine, 4 from Taiwan, from Germany, Spain, 5 from Russia, 7 from China, 3 from Canada, Israel, France, and a tiny island off Madagascar called Mauritius. Mauritius, thank you. I'm not familiar. I had to look it up to see where it was. So I will run through the show quickly, and then Mary Beth is going to, I believe, say the title and the artist, and Laura might make comments as our wonderful judge. So just a moment.
This is Susan Etchison from Rhode Island with Scudic Walk. Andrew Anderson Bell of Ipswich, Mass. Quiet Cove Reflection. Barbara Archer Baldwin from Florida. Willow Wondering.
I have to say, I'm very partial to redheads, so I loved that painting.
Carol Ast of Damerscott, Maine. Kate Bergquist, South Freeport, Maine. Golden Grasses.
I love the quietness of the paintings that Kate does.
This is Kate Bergquist, Snowy Day. Terry Brooks, Freedom, New Hampshire. Embark.
Wonderful movement in this painting.
Jose Caro, Carmel, Indiana, helping mom and dad. Eileen Casey, Sandwich, Mass. Coy expression.
Pure fun.
This is Eileen Casey, Night Song. Polycaster, Bethel, Connecticut, Aggregate.
A woman after my own heart with rocks.
Yu Li Chang from Taiwan, hair spreading. Ying Ying Chen, Austin, Texas, brother and sister.
These are the
Just
winners.
pure joy. Yep.
Do you want to sit down and watch? No, I gotta have my food. Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Those that are not speaking, if you would just mute yourselves, thank you.
Okay, I don't know if I'm getting these names correct, but Lin Kai Kwang from Taiwan, Snowfield. Lu Chin from, I think it's Taiwan. Nowhere to Escape.
Would you please mute?
This is Lu Chin also, The Beauty of Being Seen. Betsy Cook, Mashpee, Mass. Invisible Spirit.
Whoops,
In-
sorry.
Sorry, Invincible Spirit.
Very playful.
Christina Davis, Scarborough, Maine.
Whoop.
Top. Whoops.
That was bizarre. Just a moment, please. I just got kicked out. It was bizarre. Sorry about that, everyone. Okay. Did we do Christina? That's where we were, yes.
We're doing it now. Christina
Okay.
Davis, Scarborough, Maine, tied.
Someone needs to
Someone's got,
mute.
yeah, someone's got 2 devices hooked in, and that's why we get that feedback.
This is Bernadette de Cesare, Waldoboro, Maine. Delish.
Wonderfully playful.
Elena Degenhart, Dusseldorf, Netherlands. Unreachable lightness of being.
Great movement.
Keith DeMonch, Rochester, New Hampshire, Birch Island. David Dennis, Essex, Mass. Sun glare at the river's edge.
Just a sweet day. Very lovely.
This is our own Terry Lynn DeBoy, Asheville, North Carolina, Maine tourmaline.
Very powerful, Terry Lynn.
Terry Lynn DeBroy, Ripple Down. Marianne Eldred, Salem, New Hampshire, Evening's Glow.
And I think she got it.
Joelle Feldman, Harvard, Mass, The Overlook. Jeff Fioravanti, Lynn, Massachusetts, Late Day Summer Swells.
Again, very powerful.
Richard Franz, Rochester, Michigan, Edge of the Woods 5.
Oh, I didn't know where he was from. Yes, it does look like Michigan, which is where I'm from.
Claudette Gamache, Pittsburgh, Maine, Color and Light.
I really love the stippling on this.
Protect your privacy online for free.
That's it.
Claudette Gamache, a mystical moment.
And this really was a very magical painting.
Would
Do
the
we
others
have some
please
people
check
that-
your mute?
Yeah, we need to get muted there. I think we're hearing the evening news. We
Yeah.
need to get muted, guys.
I can't screen share and check that, so sounds better. There we go.
Yeah.
Whoops,
Okay.
sorry.
Chris Gibson, Kansas City, Missouri, The Serpent Willow.
Very moody, beautiful painting.
Maria Pilar Gonzalez Riera, Madrid, Massachusetts, Evening at the Valley.
Very misty, beautiful.
Valeria Gorbunova, Moscow, Golden Hour.
Wonderful mark making on this.
Anne Hitch, Marston Mills, Massachusetts, The Red Lantern.
Very sweet moment in time.
Susan Hollis, Harwich, Mass, Mid Tide.
I love the red that's showing through and the underpainting there.
Lin Hong from China. Snow unimpeded.
Boy, the feeling of cold is just eminent in this painting. It's quite amazing.
This is also Lin Hong, China. Water knows winter warms and spring recovers.
Wonderful landscape.
Susan Hong Salmons, West Boylston, Mass. Aces and eights.
What a great character. And that expression and that beard. Awesome.
Catherine Howe, Hopkinton, Massachusetts. Unpredictable.
This really is very powerful. The scale of it is wonderful.
Jan Hutchinson, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Days ending.
Lovely warmth to this.
Karen Israel, West Hartford, Connecticut. Holding court.
How tender and sweet is that, especially those toes.
Diana Johnson, Freeport, Maine. Into the meadow.
A beautiful warmth. Just wonderful. And the compliments here. Terrific.
Janet Johnson, Wilmington, North Carolina. Reach for the sky.
Great sense of light and crispness.
Alex Kazian, Montreal, Quebec.
One of the many exquisite portraits here.
Kenneth Keith, North Sioux City, South Dakota, around the bend.
Boy, I get the feeling of the out west there. Well
Awesome.
done.
This is Kenneth Keith also. What's behind? Susan Kelly, Topsom, Maine, across the bay.
Again, another very powerful painting. The weight and the volume is excellent.
Matthew Kestner, Bolton's Landing, New York. Girl in the yellow hat.
You gotta wonder what she's looking at.
Allison Krajik, Northeastern Mass. Silver Spray and Bluestone.
Great movement.
This is Allison Krajik too. Wedged. Anna Lapagina, St. Petersburg, Russia. The Old Soldier.
What charisma, boy.
John LeBlanc, Levant, Maine. Bass Harbor Lighthouse.
I love the playfulness of the shapes and the movement.
This is Shuck Susan Lee, Newton, Upper Falls, Massachusetts. Boston City Lights.
Boy, she really captured the evening lighting.
This is Susan Lee also. Remembrance of the Alhambra.
Very magical. You hear the music.
Huchen Lin, Taiwan. Allen.
So well painted. It's so beautiful.
This is Lu Ling, Taiwan, Indian warrior.
Again, very powerful.
Matt Lister, El Dorado Hills, California, Denmark.
This really has a wonderful sense of place.
Yael Maimon, Ashkelon, Israel, Golden Eye.
Very, very strong painting.
Andrew McDermott of Vancouver, British Columbia, Chinese Garden.
Great sense of light in this.
This is Andrew McDermott, Winter Roads. Jacqueline Meyerson, Tootsies. She's from Macungie, Pennsylvania.
How fun is that?
Christine Mulcahy, Narragansett, Rhode Island, the fishmonger.
Boy, you really feel what this guy's going through.
Marianne Mullet, Fitzwilliam, New Hampshire, Small Talk.
Oh, I love the title. I don't get to see the titles when I'm jurying, so the titles, seeing this is just wonderful.
Elena Nestorova, Kiev, Russia, Crown Princess Margaretha.
How lovely.
Anna Novozilova, Moscow, Summer Joy.
There's a lot of confidence in those marks up top and on the bottom. Just well done.
Lorinda O'Connor, Milton, Massachusetts, August Marsh.
Wonderful marks.
This is Lorinda O'Connor, Coastal Color. Carol Peebles, New Orleans, Louisiana. Page with Cece. Oh, wrong. The Magic of Manhattan, sorry.
Such whimsy with such a brilliant portrait.
This is Carol Peebles, Page with Cece. Fabeng Pei from Ningbo, China. Eagles on Icebergs. This is Fabeng Pei also, Kazakh girl.
Really wonderful sense of light and movement.
Andrea Peugeot, Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, setting the sail.
Memories of childhood, how lovely.
Elena Prudnikova, St. Petersburg, Russia. Mirror.
It's wonderful.
Elena Prudnikova, Muse. B.F. Reed, Jacksonville, North Carolina. Crossroads.
Truly a daring exploration.
Lisa Rogopoulos, Fitchburg, Massachusetts. Catching a Vibe.
What lovely movement. Mm.
Chris Reed, Jaffrey, New Hampshire. Winter Light. Jane Robbins, Saunderson, Rhode Island. Peach Pageant.
Just a wonderful composition and color complements. They're lovely.
Whoop, just a moment, sorry.
Carol Rogers, Little Silver, New Jersey. Backstage.
What a great capture of a moment.
Diana Rogers, Clinton, Connecticut. Windy day in the wetlands.
Well, you captured it. It's lovely.
Donna Roy, South Hadley, Massachusetts. On the Edge. Tamara Sanchez, Santa Rosa, California. Cymbidium.
Again, a beautiful sense of light.
William Schneider, Naples, Florida. Sweet Surrender. Elena Solitsky, Edmonton, Alberta. Pseudo.
A really great sense of confidence with these strokes. Just one and done. Just put it down and leave it alone. Well done.
Nochetti Siddick, Port Louis, Mauritius. I think this is the one. Chinese fishing boat at the quay, Mauritius.
What's amazing is this monochromatic painting really tells a full story. Quite lovely.
Jean Smith Cripps, Hollis, New Hampshire. Blue Sunset.
Gives quite a beautiful feel. Very low key and a beautiful feel.
Kay Sullivan, Palermo, Maine. In Woods.
Again, I love the way the background paper shows through and how it doesn't go all the way to the edge. Really lovely. Great marks.
This too is Kay Sullivan, Length of Days.
Really beautiful.
Lee Sun, Shanghai. Yushu's Hope, number 2.
Very tender and very sweet.
Terry Teitelbaum, Cambridge, New York. Something magical.
Just pure joy in the colors used here. I can relate. It's beautiful.
Nori Thorne, Sedona, Arizona, sunflowers and conchos.
It's a wonderful, intimate little scene and story.
Beth Varkala, Sparta, New Jersey, along the Androscoggin.
Again, a very intimate little landscape, just lovely.
Maria Vasilovich, Urquhart, Aquitaine, under the apple tree.
So beautifully rendered.
Marlene Weidenbaum, High Falls, New York, Wicklow Barn and Apples.
This has such a wonderful muted palette and tells the full story. Very rich.
Patricia Wilt, Hindman, Pennsylvania, Tears, Spheres, and a bit of a buzz.
This is really playful. That makes me smile every time I look at it.
Fangli Yan from Ningbo, China, Ancient Rhythm.
I'd love to know the story behind these medallions. Very interesting.
Bing Yang, Shanghai City, Alley Family.
Really, you can see the story behind all this and all the movement and commotion and the cooking. And you can even smell what's going on in the kitchens. Just wonderful.
Huang Yi, Shanghai, Red Onion.
Such technical skill. It's just wonderful.
This is Huang Yi also, Silvery Ring.
Just lovely.
This is our last image, Yankee Zai from Beijing, China, woman in fancy dress.
There's a lot of mystery going on there.
Thank you.
Hey. We to Laura now?
Yes, and we'll do
Yes.
words.
Hold on one second. All right. Before I get into the awards, I just wanted to say a few words. First of all, I wanted to thank everyone at PSME. This was a wonderful opportunity, and it's a big degree of trust that you have all put in me for jurying and judging. This is a very impressive international show. And Mary Beth, I thank you very much for the invitation. So I found the process very exciting, and at the same time, I don't want to say nerve-wracking, but I took it really seriously. It takes a great deal of courage to enter these shows, and you know, I don't get into all the shows, so we often wonder why we subject ourselves to all this rejection if we don't get in and the scrutiny. But I did hear a wonderful comment by a curator at the Museum of Modern Art who said that creating art is only part of the circle. The circle is only closed when we share the art. So I can personally speak to the disappointment of not getting accepted into shows, because there are many I do not get into. The sting, the rejection, and the self-doubt never gets any easier. The only thing that changes is the recovery time gets a little faster. I allow myself maybe one day of my pity party, and then it's time to get back to the easel. So if you did make it into this show, you really should feel very proud, because this is top-notch, world-class art. And really some of the best artists I've seen in the world. There were many different genres, and I tried very hard to be inclusive of all. There were many brilliant landscapes. There were astonishing portraits, many wonderful portraits, and all the way to playful abstracts. So there were truly magnificent works that I personally would have been most proud if I had painted them. And one time I had asked Elizabeth Mowry in Atlanta, why did my painting not win an award? And she said it so sweetly. For those of you who remember Elizabeth Mowry, who just passed, I guess, last year, she says, there just weren't enough awards to go around. So almost everything that got into this show really deserves an award, but there were only so many awards. So let's get on with the awards and a bit about how the show was juried first and how I judged it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to go over here and open up this. Can everybody see the words rubric for jurying? Can you see that?
No.
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 can't.
Okay, let's try it again. Can you see
There
it
you are.
now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yay! I don't think I can handle any more mess ups today. Oh, I did the show in two very separate stages. I created a rubric for jurying that I placed on a scale from 1 to 5 and gave each single painting its own number in each of these categories. The first one, of course, is the first impression. Just like we do with people, we have that first impression. Then design, then the use of contrast or the use to choose not to use contrast, mood, intent, what was the artist trying to convey, technical skills, uniqueness. Hold on, I just have to move something off the board here. And the wow factor. So then once I had taken everything off of show submit, put it into a spreadsheet, I graded each one with a number, and then I went into the next phase, which was the rubric for judging. Here I created 10 different points from 1 to 10 with several different new categories. So on a scale from 1 to 10, again, the overall impression. And I went back over this, I hate to tell you, 9 days I took to really jury and then judge the show. So I went back to see if I agreed with myself. I looked for the overall impression and then drama. And then I looked at mark making, color use. Was it a unique concept? Something that I haven't seen before? I often like to see angles and how they're used. And that, of course, ties into design, mastery of the medium, and mystery of the story, as well as edges. So now let's, without further ado, get into the actual show. So the first award is the Dick Blick Art Materials $100 award and the Steffi Clark Mentorship, which should be great fun. And Yulan Chin from Taiwan with this wonderful painting, Nowhere to Escape. This one struck me very simply because there was a story here. There was some mystery. I kept looking at it going, Are they in water? Are they underwater? Are they being released? And the mastery of the medium was just apparent. There was also some drama just in the light and dark and the values. The next one is the Cheap Joe's $100 gift certificate and Ann Kiefaber mentorship, who's a lovely artist friend of mine, lives across the street practically. And this painting from Elena Prudnikova in Russia just captivated me. I could not stop looking at this painting, wondering what's the story behind these magenta eyebrows, the magenta hair, and the angst of this teenage girl who's going, can I go out in public? Is this cool? What will my friends say? And it was just beautifully, beautifully executed. And the colors were dramatic. And I loved the story. Our next one is the Jack Richardson $100 gift certificate and a Tony Elaine mentorship. Anyone who wants to trade for that, let me know. Is from Lin Hong in China. And this is such a wonderful landscape. Again, I wanted to include portrait, landscape, and some abstract, and this one captivated me. It was very interesting in the mark making that took place over here. But what really got to me is I see a wonderful sense of light, and then I go, why did the artist choose this sky? And I kept going back to it, going, it just works so well. And it gave me so much to think about and such mystery that I couldn't leave it alone. I just kept coming back to it. Our next one is the Jack Richardson $100 award and Susan Kuznitsky mentorship. Again, another wonderful friend. Whoever gets this will really enjoy her work. So Joelle Feldman's beautiful painting, The Overlook. And I loved the unique format, the oblong format, the warmth of the sky, the cool of the snow. And what captivated me was just these wispy marks of snow in the foreground, just as it's melting off the earth that is browned from the winter. So the angles were just wonderful, and it just kept leading me in. So this was a lovely piece. The 10th place award is the Hahnemühle $100 gift certificate and the Jerry Greenberg mentorship. And this painting was by Lu Wan Ling, Taiwan. And I found this to be very, very interesting because of the strength and the power of those rough marks that almost seemed primitive and powerful, and the sense of light. And this is called Indian Warrior. Just the proudness of this person. So I thought it was very, very well done. 9th place is Aileen Ordman mentorship and the Pan Pastel certificate. And this was from Eileen Casey, which just is a woman after my own heart. I kept coming back to this exquisite use of color, just a hint of a little goldfish coming up under here, the great sense of design of how this all came together, and a little bit of that mystery. Just wonderful. The next one is Connecticut Pastel Society $100 award and Armadillo Arts and Crafts for $150. This is from Allison Krajic. Did I say that right? I don't know. And Silver Spray and Blue Stone. And when Terry Lynn was showing the slideshow, I didn't say too much at that point, but to be able to accomplish the feel of the different textures, surfaces, weights, and volumes, and then have the fluid movement here of the water and the mark making as it splashes over. It is a wonderful combination of weight and fluidity that I found to be quite astonishing. The next one is the Central Mass Pastel Society $100 gift certificate and the Blick Art Materials. I shouldn't say gift certificate, was a $100 award. Yang Ki Zhai, and I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that properly, but as I said earlier, this one captivated me. I couldn't get my eyes off of it. I kept going back and back and back. There is intrigue. It's totally unique to me. I really want to know what these symbols say. I want to know, is there significance to this outfit or the headdress? I kept looking at the mark making closer and closer. And then that stare. I can't tell what she's thinking. I just thought it was a really wonderful sense of light and focus that really made me come back over and over again to look at it. The Jack Richardson $100 award and the Pastel Society of New Hampshire $100 award. This is probably a gift certificate, I assume. And this one is from Yuli Chang. And this one I found to be also fascinating. So it's a portrait of a little girl, so we go big deal. But take a look at her hair, which the title is Hair Spreading. The mark making, the movement, the vignette a little bit over here, it sort of fades off. But what's her story? Is she hiding? Is she blocking out the light? Is she just trying to make a signal for us? It is rendered beautifully and very painterly at the same time. So I found it intriguing and I kept coming back to it because it was just a very unique format and look. Fifth place is the Terry Ludwig Awards, $160. Again, I'm assuming a gift certificate, and the Pastel Society of Cape Cod $100 award. This is from Yael Maimon in Israel. And again, the power that Yael puts forth in her paintings. And I've seen her do demos online, just on YouTube, and she's very quick. She's so confident. These marks come with confidence. And the colors, it is just very simple and so powerful. The angles just work beautifully, and the drama, and again, the mark making just is astonishing to me.
Laura, may
Yes.
I add that one of her awards is the Clarence Porter membership.
Oh, I
Not
didn't put that on there. Clarence, what are you going to teach her? Unmute.
I don't know.
You'll have
The
fun.
work is beautiful. The work is
Her work
beautiful.
is
I've seen
astonishing.
the work
Thank you.
before.
Yeah, thanks for that catch, Mary Beth. I'm sorry about that. Fourth place is a Great American Artworks Award, $325, and the Pastel Society of America $100 award. And this goes to Andrew McDermott. So again, when I see these paintings on Show Submit, I have no idea who's done them, and I have no idea what the title is. So in this one, I made up my own story. I felt like I had my nose pressed to the window of a bus, and it was moving quickly. And I caught this glimpse of this lone tree against a white wall, and the confidence of the strokes here, and that little surprise of red. I just kept coming back to it. I was intrigued by it. I looked at these pieces of light that come through from the shadow being cast elsewhere, this orange and blue, and I felt that I was just full of movement. When I come to find out, it says Chinese garden, my little fantasy story had nothing related to the truth, but I think I'm going to stick with my story because I really liked it. The third place award goes to, well, at first it's the Pastel Society of Maine $500 award. And it goes to Shu Huang Yi. And this lovely painting, Silvery Ring, again, captivated me. It's an exquisite design. It's amazing technical skills, unbelievable rendering of the skin tones, but even more so of the hair. I wanted to know the story. What is she looking away from? Was this just posed, or is she seeing something over here? I also at first was intrigued by the fact that nothing comes down here of her body. And then I realized how this all pulls together into the design of this whole beautiful painting. The ability to render soft flesh and then this type of fabric, and then of course her hands, it all just came together and I could not stop looking at it. So that's why this has received that incredible award. Second place is the Pastel Society of Maine $750 award. And this goes to Lorinda O'Connor for August Marsh. So let's look at this for just a minute. Lorinda is really a master of mark making. I don't need to tell her that. I've been watching her work for a long time. But look at the way she really manipulates, in a good way, of course, where we look. This line right here pulls you in. You linger on the blue shallows in the water that are reflecting the sky. Look at some of these lines pulling you up. And then you go over here. Subtly, this pulls you back over the negative painting here, and then pulls you straight back down. So you go in this wonderful loop of exploration and design and color and movement, and you get a real feel for what's going on and a sense of place. So I found that the negative painting, the mark making, the feel, the colors, all were absolutely wonderful. And first place is the Pastel Society of Maine Award for $1,000. And Fabang Pei, again, I have no idea if I'm pronouncing it properly. This painting sort of wouldn't leave me alone. I kept looking and looking and looking. What's the story? When it says eagles on icebergs, again, I didn't get to know the title of any of these, but I came up with my own story. Someone who really has a great thirst and needs to quench it right away, no matter how cold it is. The intent was amazing. This is such a unique point of view. And the mark making over here, the movement, I feel very, very cold, the splattering, and there's an urgency and a focus and light and great deal of contrast, but it takes me all the way through, whoops, in this wonderful circle of design. And it's just a very, very unique subject. So that is the show as I have curated it, and I am very grateful to all of you. Oops, hold on. That didn't work the way I wanted it to, but I will just stop the share. And I wanted to thank you all for having the courage to enter this show. If you got in, please give yourselves a big pat on the back. And if you won an award, it really was well earned. I wish there were more awards because many of you deserved it. There just were only so many. So thank you for the honor and the trust. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Laura. It was a lovely curate, and thank you for your comments. Appreciate them. So these, the video of these meetings today will be recorded and will be made available to our members and our exhibitors this month anyway. Thank you. Thank you, Terry Lynn.
Thank you,
And all-
Terry Lynn. I appreciate your help.
Yeah,
Thanks,
well, thank you.
for showing up tonight. It's great to have you. We have lots more coming up in the future, so stay tuned for what PSME will do next, and we will be hearing more of you, I'm sure. Thank you to our mentors again. So exciting. Yes, Terry Lynn.
I have put in the chat the link to the website so people can go back and spend more time looking at these paintings closer. There's amazing paintings in there. Thank you, Laura, so much.
My honor. And to those of you that are joining me this weekend, I look forward to seeing you Friday morning at 11 a.m.
Mutual. All right. I guess we'll say goodnight then, and keep painting, everyone.
And Terry Lynn, I will send you links.
Thank you. And the chats, please.
Yes, and the chats. See you all soon. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
Well
Thank you,
done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done. Terry Lynn.
Thank you.
Well
Bye,
done.
Clarence. Thanks. Bye, Eileen. Bye, Teresa.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, Lulu. Thank you for
Bye.
coming.
Please visit the exhibit at pastelsocietyofmaine.org under the header Exhibits. And meanwhile, keep painting, stay creative, and a bit dusty.